And we are live. What is up, full-time family? It is time for full-time MMA in the morning. Today is the 11th.
We are live. What is up, full-time family?
Having to cut that out. All right, so the echo's gone now. So with that being said, though, yeah, this is the 11th of June. So we're going to cover a lot of the stuff that's been happening since UFC 225. Everything in the aftermath of UFC 225. All we've really been able to cover is the results so far as like what's happening, what's next for the fighters. But since UFC 225, we've had Tyron Woodley coming out reacting to Colby Covington and all of the madness. Tyron Woodley said that he hasn't wanted to beat anyone up this bad in a long time, so we're going to go over that. Hell, Colby Covington had a little bit of a back and forth bit. I mean, there's going to be clearly a lot involving Colby Covington now that he's the UFC interim welterweight champion. But also Dana White did a post-fight media scrum where he talked about a lot of things, the early weigh-ins going back. So we're just going to go over all of the headlines that have came out of UFC 225 since UFC 225 ended, as well as some of the newer ones. So with that being said, we're just going to go over, a lot of the main MMA websites and stuff like that, the media, and we'll start with this one because this one's new to me. I haven't actually got to, see it, but it's interesting. I'm still looking forward to see what he's talking about. Leon Dubson in the building. Israel A said, delete, UFC, followed by obsolete. Leon Dubson said, first like, first comment. Let's fucking go. Leon Dubson in the building. All right, so Colby Covington believes RDA was cheating. I don't know what he's talking about here, but we're about to find out. I don't know where he thinks RDA was cheating, considering Colby Covington won the fight. But Colby Covington said the game plan was just to beat him up, strike, beat him up, and take him down, beat him up. I know I'm the most well-rounded fighter on the planet. The UFC's never seen someone like me. Get the fuck out of here, dog. No. Just stop it. He's not the most well-rounded. This is just Colby Covington talking. Let's continue before he fucking throws me off. You don't know how good I am until you're in there with me. It's a whole different level. So knew I was going to beat him up on my feet. I was going to take him down and beat him up, but my takedowns weren't as effective because he was definitely greasing. What? He was 100% greased. Usually when I get those body locks behind you, there's no way you slip out, but I could feel him slipping off. He's just another filthy animal, cheater, greaser. Ooh, I forgot. That reminded me that he had some hot words for GSP. I don't know why when he said greaser, it reminded me of GSP, but after the fight, what did he say? Something about a fucking Serb sucking Canadian. I don't even know what a Serb sucker is, bro. But they asked Colby Covington about a potential fight with GSP. He said, oh, something, I'll beat that Serb-sucking Canadian. I don't know what a Serb sucker is, but that shit sounded offensive as fuck. But let's continue. Colby Covington said, I think before the fight, he was putting on the coconut butter. What the cocoa butter does he mean? He said the coconut butter. Oh, it's going to be funny if he starts talking about Tyron Woodley and cocoa butter. He said, I think before the fight, he was putting on coconut butter, whatever they do, and then the baby oil or whatever I heard of. So he definitely was doing it because I tried a couple of shots on his legs, and literally my hand slipped up on his top leg to like his ankle, and he was like able to slither through some body locks that I had. And it's not sweat. I mean, I train every single day. I've wrestled my whole life. I know grips and I know positions and I know when your body is extra sweaty and greasy. And 100%, when I was shooting a couple takedowns, I could feel the grease on his back and on his legs. Holy smokes, Colby Covington with the hot accusations. He said, I think he was getting desperate. I rocked him with a couple good shots, and I could see his eyes roll to the back of his head. So he went for a quick shot, and it was good timing. He's probably the first guy to ever take me down in the UFC. So he should put a little feather in his cap because he just let down all of Brazil, and he's definitely public enemy in Brazil and all the world, man. Everybody wants to see me lose, but it ain't happening, man. I walk the walk, I talk the talk, and I walk the walk. He said that twice. I walk it like I talk it. Hey, walk it like I talk it. What if Kobe came out dancing that shit? Walk it like I talk it. Hey, that would be the most hilarious parody ever because he talks so much trash. Walk it like I talk it. Right after the win with his belt. Oh, Kobe, if you're listening. Dan Lambert, if you're listening. Please get Colby Covington in some fucking stunner shades. You have his belt on and hit the Walk It Like I Talk It remix. Just dancing there with like Masvidal, motherfucking, who's his other boy, Dustin Poirier. I just need to see the Colby Covington Walk It Like I Talk It remix. That's all I need to see. We got Weezin336 in the building. He said Covington has to come out to that song. I'm telling you, brother. Walk it like I talk it. Hey, limousine riding, check. Like it's no, that's Ric Flair drip. But you get the point. Walk it like I talk it. Let's go, Kobe. You got to come out to that shit. Do a parody. Put it on YouTube. Use it to take shots at Tyron Woodley's rap career. Right? Walk it like I talk it. Hey, Tyron, this is better than your mixtape, and I'm not even rapping. You know, like just clown, bro. Just do that shit. Walk it like I talk it. Now, another interesting story coming out of UFC 225. We got Yoel Romero declaring he is the champion from his hospital bed after UFC 225. Leon Dubson said respect to Israel A. He said, brother Leon Dubson is the GOAT, motherfuckers. I see y'all down here, full-time family forward thinking in the building. Let's see what Yoel's talking about. I don't know. I heard some people said they felt like Robert Whittaker got robbed. I don't know about that, man. Robert Whittaker's the champion, and you definitely know what they say. In order to be the champion, you have to beat the champion. So you can't just come in here and, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Wonderboy versus Woodley, too, in a sense, as far as you have to beat the champion. If this is your shot, especially your second shot to win the belt, you're getting a rematch at a fight you already lost. It's time for you to go in there, balls to the wall, and you have to you don't have to finish the champion, but if you don't dominate the champion, you need a finish to win the fight. Yoel was going for that finish. He almost finished Whittaker twice, right, in the fight, and he was looking good. Fight of the year contender for sure. But Robert Whittaker made it to the end, fighting with a broke thumb again. I think Robert Whittaker did enough to keep his belt that fight. Robert Whittaker, the motherfucking champ, man. I fuck with Robert Whittaker, but you could imagine if you're Yoel Romero, right? Fucking close fight, fight of the year. But check this out, right? Even if he won on the judges' scorecard, you're not the champion because you missed weight. Even though this missing weight was super unfortunate, you missed by 0.2. The commission stopped you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It felt like Yoel really could have made the weight if they didn't stop him. He said he needed like 5 more minutes, and he had like an hour. Like, I really don't care. I'm like 98% sure Yoel Romero could have made weight here if the commission didn't stop him. We got to see what the fuck's going on with the commission around here, man. They also stopped Max Holloway from cutting weight in the past, so he couldn't fight fucking Habib. I mean, come on, dog. But this is what Yoel had to say. He said, tonight, I don't feel like I lost. I am the champ. It's like the movie Rocky Marciano. Today, I am Black Rocky, the people's champ. Black Rocky. You know what's hilarious, bro? Like, my dad, 100% fucking black, right? One of his favorite fighters, just off the replays and shit he's been watching as of late. Like, he'll come over, stop by in the daytime. Hey, I watched the fight yesterday. Who's that big old black dude that fucking gonna knee you and take your face off? I'm like, he's like, man, he was looked like he might have been losing the fight, but he just hit him with an ass. Are you talking about Yoel Romero? He was like, that's exactly who it is, Yoel Romero. I was like, oh yeah, he's fighting this weekend and stuff like that. But Yoel said he's the Black Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not Cuban. No, maybe he's mixed. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's a thing. So he said he feels like he won. What do you guys think about Yoel versus Whittaker? Arpit Singh said full-time MMA. What's up? Not much, man. I know you're ready to drop some knowledge at the end of the chat. Leon Dubson said Woodley is actually a bad matchup for Kobe on the real. However, if Kobe can survive the first 2 rounds, his fast nonstop pace would be trouble for Woodley. Actually, I don't know how much of a bad matchup Woodley is for Kobe. If Woodley's a bad matchup for Kobe, he's literally a bad matchup for anybody. But in my mind, I think Kobe's probably the best matchup. As far as all of the people Woodley has fought, I think Kobe's got the best chance. He's going to have the cardio, the pace, wrestling. Tyron hasn't been fighting a lot of tough wrestlers. And if you recall his last loss versus Rory McDonald was actually able to take Tyron Woodley down. Colby Covington's another guy that might be able to fight similar to Colby Covington. So Tyron Woodley really, he don't need to focus on Colby's trash talk. He don't need to be on TMZ talking about Colby. If I was Tyron Woodley, I would be in a fucking training camp today training for Colby, because as much as the trash talk is fun, and he's already responding with the trash talk, but I'll tell Tyron this, man. You don't want to get in the trash talk war with Colby Covington. Now that the fight's here, fuck the bullshit, fuck the madness, fuck the TMZ games. Don't try and play Colby's game. You really need to focus on this fight if you're going to beat Colby Covington. Because trying to play Colby Covington's game and get the last word, and if he says this about you and you respond tomorrow, I have a feeling that that's going to either get you emotional for the fight or take away from time that you really need to be focusing on training. Because Colby's not just a mouth. He walks it like he talks. Hey, walks it like he talking. I'm just saying, man. He said, guys, he got robbed twice, said Kawa. 2 times in Chicago. Commission took it from him. The judges took it from him. But I'll tell you what, as fans, as people who watch the sport for a long time, that may have been one of the greatest fights I've ever seen in my life. And I know a lot of you guys feel the same way. I agree, man. That was a fucking great performance. Definitely the best fight of the year. But there's some crazy slugfest over the years. But that was a title fight on top of it. That was for sure one of the best fights, I mean, of the year. And we'd have to, like, look at a list to say of all time. But that was an amazing fight. But Yoel Romero's manager said he got robbed twice at UFC 225, once by the commission. And yeah, that's literally a robbery, because if you fucking stop me from cutting weight, now I only needed 5 more minutes. Now I have to give him 20 or 30% of my purse. If I'm making $100,000 to fight, I'm giving this guy 30,000 of my fucking dollars because you guys don't want to give me 5 more minutes. Are you fucking kidding me? That's literally taking money from Yoel. That's taking money out of his pocket, off of his fucking table, his family's table. Like, just by making him miss weight like that, and people can say, oh, they didn't make him miss weight. He should have made it on the first attempt. There's rules in place that say you have 2 extra hours in a championship fight. So, unfortunate for Yoel. I feel like he probably got more robbed in that way than in the fight, because I felt like Whitaker won the fight. But as far as getting robbed by the commission, that's for sure. They fucking stuck this man up. Took some of his money, gave it to Whitaker. He said, give it up for this man. This man did something impossible based on everything. He had a game plan. He executed the game plan. He won that fight. I don't know about that much, but yeah, definitely give it up for Yoel. Motherfucking savage and warrior. Let's see if we can play this.
Which bed?
Okay.
Prince, chill. No.
We're gonna wait for the followers. Okay. All right, yeah.
Hello, guys. I love you, everyone. I love you.
I love you.
I see you, son. Tonight, I know feeling I lose it. I am the champ. This is like a movie, like a Rocky Marciano. Today, I am Black Rocky. No, sorry, I forgot. I am the Black Rocky, the people champ. Rocky say, he today wants to say, he wants the people say, the people see. I am very old, like a 41 years old. But what are you thinking about what he's saying? Today, God will stay with me every time. I love you. See you soon, guys. Champion.
Warrior Yoel, War Romero. Let's fucking go. I'll fuck with Yoel. We'll see what's next for Yoel. Possibly a move to 205 pounds is in his future. But yeah, man, you can't fucking go away from that fight not giving Yoel his respect. I know there's been people in the past that didn't like him, which is interesting. I listened to the Joe Rogan podcast with Tim Kennedy one time, and he was talking about how, like, dirty Yoel was as a fighter. And I fuck with Tim Kennedy. I actually like him, you know, great personality. One of the, you know, he's a fucking hero inside and outside of the octagon. So I really like Tim Kennedy, but it's interesting, you know, his stance on Yoel Romero, because Yoel pointed out when he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, yeah, but if you watch the fight, look, he was fucking grabbing my glove. So, like, is one better than the other? And then there was, I don't know who made the video. They clipped it up together. Right after, it was like, yeah, he grabbed my glove in the fight. He was cheating. And then they, like, cut it, split to the fight, and it showed where Tim Kennedy had a hold of Yoel Romero's glove, like holding it and landing big fucking uppercuts, rocked Yoel Romero with his other hand while one hand was grabbed inside his glove. So it's like, yeah, he might have stood on the stool for a little bit longer. And people said, oh, fucking Watergate. They poured water all over his back. You dirty, fucking filthy animal, Kobe Covington style. You cheater. But it was like, yo, actually, now that you know the full story, he was doing that to recover from illegal shots. So the illegal shots, right, that grabbed inside of his glove and landed huge uppercuts, now he's trying to recover from that. So he's kind of using an illegal tactic to recover from being illegally rocked. And then I bring that up to say anything that you might feel about Yoel that he's done in the past, I kind of think you can avoid that now that we've saw his fight with Robert Whitaker, this fight of the year fight. He wasn't cheating in this fight. He looked great. 41 years old, toward the end of his career, came in here and put on one of the best fights of all time. He didn't need to fucking sit on the stool extra. He didn't need to do any of that shit. He came in here, fought a legitimate fight like a fucking warrior, and looked amazing against the best middleweight in the world. And also, I say it's probably time to let all of that shit go if you were holding on to it, Because look at Michael Bisping, man. Look at his reception after he lost. He spit at people's corners. He's ripped up Cuban flag. He's did a lot of shit. You know, he did a lot of disrespectful shit in the name of the fight game. And guess what? When he retired, he was one of the most fucking respected fighters out there. Everybody gave it up for Michael Bisping, regardless of what he might have done in the past that you might have, you know, had a problem with. So I think Yoel Romero, man, I think he's pretty much a fucking savage. And I don't know if you guys would consider him a legend, but I just get like a legend feeling when I'm looking at Yoel Romero, whether it's his resume or what. You know, he wasn't ever the UFC champion, man, but he was a motherfucking savage and a warrior out there. You got to give him that, man. So hats off to Yoel Romero. Let's see what – I didn't get to see this, man. Colby Covington and Michael Bisping, supposedly they snapped on each other. You guys remember when fucking Tony Ferguson, or who was it, Kevin Lee won the fight and Tony Ferguson was on the desk and they had the back and forth, Tony Ferguson versus Kevin Lee. He was like something about being professional. And that was just one of the best things ever. This might be like that, you know. We got the new champion. We got the winner over here talking to the post-fight desk, but you got Bisping over here. So it looks like Colby and Bisping had a little bit of a back and forth. Let's just hit play on this joint. And I think we're lucky since the sound's a little bit distorted, so it doesn't register in the YouTube automatic algorithm. Like, as soon as you play it, if we were just playing the actual sound, they would just immediately, like, let them know, hey, this is being played. Motherfuckers want to copyright it. But since everything's distorted, they haven't even been taking our money.
It's time to talk to Colby Covington. Listen, I have to ask you a couple of questions. A, how good does that belt feel around your waist? And B, how do you feel about your own performance tonight?
All my haters in one studio. I appreciate it, guys. But what kind of excuses?
Hey, 1 second, guys. Before we finish this, about Colby Covington and his responses. Like, when we just read what he was saying about the greasing, I have to say this. Colby Covington, when his shit is, what's it called? Transcripted. Whenever you put his shit in words, it's way better than when he actually says it. Like, you know, when he's saying it, he might like, damn, what was I supposed to say there? You know, he might have to come back with it. He might slip for a second. So you kind of get the feeling like, oh, he's just fucking playing it. But when you're reading it and you're just like reading what he said, not listening to him, it sounds a lot better.
You're going to make for RDA now. What are you going to say? He's a lightweight. He's overweight, this and that. We know you're going to make excuses. No one's ever going to legitimize me. And Michael Bisping, I thought you said your coach Justin Pereira was good.
God damn.
No one's making excuses, Colby. You fought a good fight. Why are you why so defensive? Why are you gonna be afraid?
I'm not defensive. Just all you guys work RD up. You gave him a false sense of security that he was a god. He was unbeatable at 170. Now I just beat him. I want to hear the excuses.
Well, that makes it even better for you. So, you know, we said he was a great opponent. You went out there. We just said, I don't know if you care to listen. I know you just had a fight and been hitting the head a few times, but obviously you don't think too straight. We just said,
Yo, Colby, sit the fuck down. You're dealing with the trash talking legend. Michael Bisping don't need a fucking script. This is off the rip right now. Michael Bisping fucking just wrapping Colby Covington up. There's fucking levels to this shit. And Michael Bisping is showing us right now. Colby Covington is clearly not on the level of Michael Bisping, Dominic Cruz, or Conor McGregor. That shit is unscripted, off the rip. They don't need to stumble. Oh, shit, what was I supposed to say here? Let me check my phone for my fucking notes. He said, yo, Colby, the fact that we built RDA up was kind of fucking helping you, bud. That makes your win look better. When we all say RDA's a fucking god and you beat him, guess what? You got legit skills. So I don't know if you fucking been hitting the head too many times because you just got out of a fight and so you're not fucking thinking. But listen up. The count is speaking.
A good fight. If you care to listen, open your ears and stop talking so much crap for 1 minute. You might hear that we actually gave you some compliments.
Stop
talking.
Stop taking. Oh, what did you say? I gotta think. Oh, well, hey, there's probably a little bit of a delay. But if you would just stop talking shit for a second, open your ears and shut your fucking mouth. You hear we're complimenting you, OG, but you want to be a prick, said Michael Bisping. The fucking count.
Isn't that your king? That's what you do the best. That's all you do is talk.
What the fuck?
Let's talk.
Yeah, so take legends. That's all you do is talk. Fuck out of here, homie. Michael Bisping. That's why he's so good at it. Let's go.
Why don't you come out, man? Hey, come out of time. I'm retiring you for good.
Okay. Hey, that's the best joke I've heard all day. Good one. Take your shades off, bud. You look like an idiot.
Yeah, good one.
Let's look to the future, Colby. You were calling out Tyron in the ring. Is that something that you want to do next?
Obviously, I'm the undisputed champion now. Everybody knows this is the real bet. I was supposed to fight Tyron Woodley last December. He bitched out. He's hanging out in Hollywood. He's gossiping on about the Kardashians and Justin Bieber. He's probably tired at home. He's probably still out of breath. So whenever he wants to come back and get a chance at my belt, I'm waiting for him. Let's do it in Madison Square Garden.
Colby, how do you see this fight playing out against Tyron?
I see me breaking him in the first or second round and him quitting in the third round. He has no cardio. He just backs up. He's real predictable to fight. It's an easier fight than RDA. RDA is a tougher fight. He has a lot of cardio. Tyron Woodley has no cardio. I will mount Tyron Woodley and finish him.
So let me ask you this. You know, you're coming at me hard. I'm going to come at you hard. You're standing there with that shiny belt on your shoulder. Do you actually consider yourself the welterweight champion of the world? Because I'm pretty sure Tyron Woodley actually lays claim to that.
Nah, he doesn't lay claim to nothing, man. This is my belt. I'm the undisputed champ. Tyron Woodley, he's been hiding, man. We were supposed to fight, Bisping. Whether you want to say it, look at the facts. UFC offered him the fight last December. He's hiding. He's been ducking everybody in the division. He doesn't want to fight. I'm here to make the division great again. And you know what I'm going to do by making the division great again? I'm going to the White House. I'm putting this on Donald Trump's desk.
Do you have the invite to go to the White House? Or is that just another, figment of your imagination like being the champ?
No! I thought Bisping was done. Oh, shit. I thought Bisping was done. Oh, shit. He said, do you actually have an invite? Or, like, you can tell Bisping was getting tired of him. The way he just spun his hand around, like, is that a fucking figment of your imagination, like being the champ? We got to rewind that one. Oh, man.
Whether you want to say it, look at the facts. UFC offered him the fight last December.
Oh,
he's hiding. He's been ducking everybody in the division. He doesn't want to fight. I'm here to make the division great again. And you know what I'm going to do by making the division great again? I'm going to the White House. I'm putting this on Donald Trump's desk.
Do you have the invite to go to the White House? Or is that just another, figment of your imagination like being the champ?
The only figment of my imagination is you must not be seeing right with that one eye.
Hey, buddy, don't worry about it. At least I'm not wearing shades. At least I'm proud of the way I look. Listen, you were talking about...
Let's fucking go. Oh, my God. You tried to get the low blow with the eye, but at least I ain't fucking dunking my taco. At least I ain't got shades on. You better wear them motherfucking black eyes. You got the belt on your shoulder. Rock the black eyes you earned them with. The fuck you talking about? Take them shades off, nigga. I got one eye and I ain't got no shades talking to you like a motherfucking man from a million miles away. But Michael Bisping's getting the better of the trash talk. Holy shit. He said, I might have one eye, but I ain't wearing shades, motherfucker. You ducking your taco. Ain't trying to show nobody them eyes. The mother...
Tyron Woodley, you're going to take the fight in July or August, whenever it was. You're going to do that or not? Are you going to run around and be...
How you going to hit the little chin, baby face? You know, how you going to hit that when you got your glasses on? You should have took... If Colby Covington wanted to get one on Bisping right here, he should have took his glasses off and rubbed his chin like that. Like, yeah, no, motherfucker, I'm sexy under here too. Fuck you, Tom, and I got these champion glasses on. You know, he had to hit him with a quick response, but he ain't on Bisping's level.
Be the champ, float around the White House for a while. Be controversial for the sake of it.
See, now we're on my terms, motherfucker.
All
it's
right.
when I want to go.
Oh, he had to. He thought about, like, should I say fucker here, mother? All right, fuck you. You know, I'm about to be savage, motherfucker.
Tyron Woodley's been ducking. He hasn't been wanting to fight. He's gossiping about the Biebers, man. Come on, let's be honest.
Biebers.
He's at TMZ. He's doing backup movie roles that go straight to DVD. So he ain't got nowhere to hide. He ain't got nowhere to run. He's out of gas at home right now. Whenever he wants to come unified, let's do it, baby. This is the real belt.
Was there any point where you felt like you were hurt or tired against RDA?
No, not at one point, man. I got the best cardio in the division in the world. So, you know, I was going forward. I want to put a high pressure pace on it. And there was no point where I was in trouble. I was implementing my game plan, and no one can hang with that game plan. I'm telling you, it's a different thing when you're in the octagon with me.
Oh,
All
shit,
right, so it's hard for me to have any questions for you. What were you affected at all by the fans?
uppercut to the stomach. There was an uppercut to the stomach.
Were you affected at all by the fans, the booing?
Hey, man, I'm the most entertaining fighter in the game. Everybody wants to see me fight. Whether you want to see me win or you want to see me lose, it's all emotion, and everybody's drawn into my fight. So, you know, I'm a pay-per-view draw. Everybody wants to see me fight now. I'm the king of the UFC now.
Hey, congratulations. You did very well. But, you know, let me give you a bit of advice. Just tone it down a little notch. Enjoy the moment. Lose the chip on the shoulder just a little bit. And that's coming from an old pro who's been there, done it, and got the T-shirt.
Yo, I don't need your advice. I got the best advice in the world. Over an American top tip. No, I definitely don't. You did nothing right.
All right, Kobe, we know you.
Oh, Kobe got him. I don't need your advice, homie. He said, I think you do, but no, I definitely don't. Damn, okay. Hey, Bisping and Kobe. Bisping definitely won that, though. The two first round for 10-8 for Bisping. I think Bisping still won the third round as far as the trash talking was concerned, but the third round was a little bit of a 10-9. Kobe finished strong, but for the majority of the fight, the trash talking fight, Michael Bisping made Kobe look like fucking CM Punk out there. Fuck you really talking about? Shout out to Michael Bisping, the count, putting Kobe Covington in his place a little bit with the witty trash talk. Michael Bisping letting everybody know there's clearly levels to this shit. Kobe Covington, he's doing his thug dizzle, but a little bit of cringe when you're comparing him to the fucking Michael Bispings, the Dominic Cruzes, and the Conor McGregors of the world. Holy smokes. We got hair-hatted hooligan in here acting a motherfucking fooligan. Shit, hola, everyone. What is up? Nas Lame said Bisping is taking the L. Mr. Perfect said, what up, full time? Not much, brother. Just going over some of these UFC 225 post-fight headlines and such. We just saw Michael Bisping serving Kobe up cold. He went off on completely unprofessional Michael Bisping. I wonder if that's the same thing. Oh, he's talking about now he's reacting to that. He said that was a complete joke. That little one-eyed British chump, man, see, fucking get out of here. And like, he gonna come and say, oh, now he's not talking to Bisping anymore, right? And that's Kobe style. But you sound way better when you're talking about somebody behind their back because they can't fucking respond. Like, when you're talking to BJPin.com about Michael Bisping, it sounds real good because Bisping's not there to say, oh, yeah, motherfucker, well, I'm not wearing glasses. I'm proud of my one eye while you're talking about it. Like he did in the back and forth. In the back and forth, he shit on Kobe when he said something about his one eye. Literally shit on Kobe. Didn't even expect it. He said something, little one eye. He said, yeah, at least I'm not wearing glasses. I'm proud of the way I look. Kobe's over there ducking his motherfucking taco with the shades on. So now here comes Kobe responding. That was a complete joke. That little one-eyed British chump, man. He's just acting unprofessional. The guy did way worse shit than I have. He was burning Cuban flags. He's doing way worse shit, and he wants to say, oh, you're wearing sunglasses inside? Dude, you used to wear sunglasses inside at all your interviews. This guy's a fake. He's all salty that his coach Jason Perillo couldn't get the job done against me, and you know he knows that I'm the future now, and he's a thing of the past. When Bisping was what Bisping did was completely unprofessional. He's a little one-eyed chunk. If I got a win on Woodley, we can always do this tag team style. What? Those little desk bitches can come see me and my boy Jorge Masvidal, but they don't want the work. It would be like 1776 all over again. Yo, see, fuck. I gotta admit, man, Kobe was coming with the heat there, man. He had some good points, but it's one thing when you come up with them afterward, when you go back and you regroup and you talk to your friends. Hey, guys, Michael Bisping just schooled me. What's some things I can say about Bisping? You know, you go consult your ghostwriters and shit, fucking Drizzy style. Come on, Drizzy, when you dropping that response, bro? He's got light-skinned niggas looking bad out here. But it is what it is. Steph Curry, Robert Whitaker holding it down. But another topic for another day. But you guys get the fucking point, man. And I do like what he had to say about the little at first when he said tag team style, it threw me way the fuck off. I was like, did this guy just like suggested a tag team UFC match? And then I got it. You know, you could have these guys like on the same card, right? Fucking Woodley versus Covington, Masvidal versus fucking he said the little desk bitches versus me and my boy. Masvidal versus Bisping. This guy, this Kobe Covington. It just dawned on me. He called them the desk bitches. God damn. He said those little desk bitches can come see me and my boy Jorge Masvidal. Fuck. He's got a good ass ghostwriter, bro. He said it could be in a McDonald's parking lot. I don't give 3 fucks, bro. Masvidal said on a recent episode of BJ Penn, speaking on his desire to fight Bisping. He knows he's just a punk, man. So this goes deeper than rap, bro. This goes deeper than rap. Like, you know, Masvidal and Bisping already don't get along, and Bisping knows Covington is Masvidal's boy. So even if Bisping enjoyed Kobe a little bit, you know, he's a trash talker. Even if he did like a little bit of it, Bisping can't fuck with Kobe because he's part of the other side. If I fucking hate Masvidal and Romero, and those are your boys, well then fuck Kobe off the rip. That's how, you know what I'm saying? So Bisping might have been a little bit biased, you know, speaking to Kobe Covington, because he don't like either one of Kobe's boys. And I do like the point he brought up, though. Like, this is to the point of Kobe not being racist. And I get what people say, like, my dog, Coach Shelton Harrison, he thinks Kobe's racist. And some other people, someone brought that up over there. I seen him say, hey, Full Time said Kobe's not racist. Well, yeah, that's literally because what he just said. Like, his best friend is Yoel Romero, who considered himself the Black Rocky. Hell, my dad is black and thought Yoel Romero was black. So, I mean, if you're going off of skin color, Yoel's pretty dark. And Covington is cool with Yoel. If you're saying he's racist against brown people, he's even better friends with Jorge Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal, if you fucking know anything about Jorge Masvidal or Yoel Romero, they're not some what you would consider like coons, right? Like, you wouldn't consider them people that are fucking out here just trying to, you know, I don't even want to go into like politics and race, but what I'm saying is they seem legitimate. Jorge Masvidal is a dude that came up from the streets. He's not a guy that came up, you know, at Coconut Creek in a fucking preppy school that you would just assume is some asshole, right? A racist dude like Kobe Covington. He's actually somebody that's loyal to the soil, Jorge Masvidal. So if Kobe Covington was in his spare time, you know, just hating on fucking brown people, like if he was just racist in his spare time, there's no way he's that close with Jorge Masvidal. What he's doing is saying shit to piss people off and get people to buy his fight. And when you motherfuckers say, oh, he's racist, it's just working. You're not, you know what I'm saying? It's just working. Now, a lot of the stuff he says can piss you off, but I don't think Kobe's racist. He says a lot of shit. But I don't know if he's – I think you need a definition for racist. You know what I'm saying? Racist is somebody that is, in my mind, that doesn't like anybody of another skin color. If I'm a white guy and I'm racist, I don't want to fucking be in the same room as I don't want to conversate with the black guy. I don't want to train with the fucking black guy. That's what racist is to me. If Kobe Covington was racist, I don't see him fucking wrestling with Jorge Masvidal all day in wrestling practice and trying to help him become a better fighter. Why am I going to – you know? So, I mean, we could have that conversation another day, but – I mean, he just got on Kobe Covington just defended Yoel Romero from a white guy. So it's clearly not a race thing. He just said, hey, you fucking burned up my homie's flag. What the fuck is up with that? And you're talking about what I'm saying? So Kobe, when he went back and talked to his ghostwriters, whoever it may be, he had some good points. He also said, hey, you used to wear fucking sunglasses inside, but he didn't know that when he was on the top of his head with Bisping. He didn't know, oh, you know, whenever he went home, they said, look, fucking Bisping used to wear glasses inside all the time. He wasn't always that fucking proud of his eye, you know. Kobe didn't have that off the top of his head. So now he's went back and consulted with the ghostwriting squad, and now Kobe's coming back with some of that heat. That's why, you know, Kobe's always sounds better when he's just talking in like an interview and not going back and forth. This say if Dominic Cruz was on the desk, bro, I think Dominic Cruz could have served Kobe up the same way, though. Like motherfucking hot wasabi. I ain't even never had wasabi. Ivan Hernandez said, what's up? Good morning, fam. What's up, brother? Here, how did Hooligan said 1776, the American Revolution? I said, yeah, motherfucking Kobe Covington brought up 1776. He wasn't fucking around. He said we can have a tag team match. It can be 1776 again. Holy smokes. Wheezing 336 said, can't believe people buy this stuff Covington is saying. That's what makes it funny when he talks. People believe him. I know, bro. And it's kind of like, to me, that's what makes all trolling funny. Like, when people believe you. Like, because you're riling people up. And it's interesting. I don't even know what the funny part is about it, but it's like for someone like me, I'm looking at Kobe Covington. He's fucking literally kind of a marketing genius. Whoever's behind Kobe Covington is a marketing genius because it's fucking working. But there's a lot of people on the other side of that marketing scheme that are like eating it up. They don't know what the fuck's going on. Maybe they're just not, you know, everyone doesn't have their head in the marketing sense. You know, they're not thinking about how it's helping Kobe Covington to hate him, or they probably wouldn't. Because if you're somebody that hates Kobe Covington, but I told you, hey, if you hate Kobe Covington, that's going to help him. Would you still hate him because you would be helping the guy? You know what I'm saying? Because that's literally helps. Whenever you hate Kobe Covington and you say, Rafael Dos Anjos is going to fuck Kobe Covington up, and then he doesn't, they kind of helped him. Because now, like Bisping was trying to point out to Kobe, you know, whenever you come out here and say that RDA was a former featherweight and stuff like that, that is taken away from your win. But everyone's been saying RDA is a savage. So whenever you beat RDA, you just beat a fucking killer, bro. Like, just close your mouth, open your ears for 1 second, and you'll realize this is fucking helping you, dog. But you want to talk shit all the time and be a fucking prick, so Bisping had to serve him up. But this is Woodley Alves. He said that he will beat Kobe Covington again. Clout chaser alert, clout chaser alert, clout chaser alert, clout chaser alert. Let's go to these rankings real fast. I think it might be time because Woodley Alvarez is the only person who's beat Colby Covington ever. So this sounds good. If I'm someone that hates Colby Covington, I'm like, fucking let's go, Woodley. Show his ass what's up one more time. Let's get that Woodley rematch in the building. But if I'm a fan, if I'm anyone else, I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? No, I mean, I know who Woodley Alvarez is, but as far as a title shot, just because people hate, I don't know if that's going to work. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at these welterweight rankings. Where's he at? I thought Woodley was at least in the top 15. You know what I'm saying? So now you got an interim champion, Colby Covington, and his only losses to this guy, Woodley Alvarez. So in that sense, people would like to see the rematch because people want to see Colby lose. So when he comes out and says, man, I'll fuck Colby up again. Yeah, that would be awesome for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you would be an unranked guy getting to fight a fucking champion or a top 5 ranked guy. That would be a huge opportunity. Also, at this point, Colby Covington's star is continuing to grow. Now he's a champion, cutting promos on fucking Bisping and Woodley, talking about tag. I'm just saying, right now, anybody who wants to do this, it's like what I say, to Colby 6'9". You're going to get a bunch of people coming out saying, fuck Colby, because everyone hates Colby. So if you say, fuck Colby, everybody jumps on your side like, fuck yeah, he hates Colby. Or Woodley Alvarez. Perfect example. I mean, and it works for him, right? You can clout chase because you got that one W over, even though it wouldn't make any sense. You know, this unranked dude fighting Colby Covington, who's now the interim champion. It makes 0 sense. But if you speak up on it, though, you know, you're going to get some like, oh, shit, you'll beat him up again? Fuck yeah, we all want to see Colby get beat up again, so let's go. Let's see what Woodley Alvarez had to say. He's also a Brazilian. You know what I'm saying? So Woodley Alvarez versus Colby Covington, you know what? It's a fight people would watch. People would watch it, partly because they hate Colby Covington, and this guy's already got a win over him. But if you're talking about like rankings and shit like that, it definitely doesn't make sense. But how is Woodley Alvarez doing, man? I mean, it's hard to keep track of people that aren't in the top 15, you know, because they're not in the top 15, so where are they listed? So when you're looking at the top 15 list, kind of miss these guys. So I'm going to have to go scroll down. How long ago did he fight him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights ago? Back in 2015. I mean, I'd watch the rematch, but it wouldn't make sense. You know, if this shit was in a backyard, I would definitely be tuning in. Maybe Woodley could shut him up. Woodley Alvarez 13-2. He's only lost twice, and he's not in the top 15. That's unfortunate. He lost to Usman, which that's a fucking tough fight. But maybe it was when Usman was unranked or something. But shit, my thought is if you lose to Usman, I don't know if that's enough to be knocked out the top 15. Usman can knock a fucking lot of guys out of the top 15. But it was right after the loss to Brian Barberina, so that's probably what got him out the top 15 right there. But now he's on his way back. Woodley Alvarez on his way back, potentially looking for that Colby Covington, you know, rematch. You know, and that's another reason I say clout chaser alert. How often is the winner of the first fight like, yeah, I want to fight him again? You know, usually a loser's like, I want to get that back. When you got the winner, like, you know what? I want to come out and fight the guy I already beat, you know? Like, you don't see that often. But Colby Covington, everyone wants to see him lose so bad. You being the only guy that's ever beat him, you're going to get a little bit of clout off that, not going to lie. So a little bit of a smart move by Woodley Alvarez, you know, as far as clout's concerned, because he's probably not going to get the match. But maybe, just maybe, if you can get enough fans, enough people on your side to say, yo, Dana White, we want to see Alves versus Colby. Fuck everything. Woodley's already beat him, and we want to see him lose. You would have to get a whole lot of fans on your side, but then you could be looking at a fight, right? You could be an unranked guy, fucking CM Punk style, and you could have a big fight on your hands just because the fans want to see it, you know? So if enough fans get behind Woodley Alvarez and say, yo, we want to see him fight Colby, he could work himself into a fucking top 5 interim type. You know, he's going to have to wait till the Woodley fight. But, yo, it's not a bad move by Woodley Alvarez to come out here and fucking start, you know, clout chasing a little bit. But I'm interested to see his next fight. He's more of a striker. It's interesting that a guy that's labeled as more of a striker was able to beat Colby. That's impressive. Able to catch him in a submission. But yeah, man, he's on his way back up to the top 15. He's going to have to climb. Maybe, hopefully, his next opponent will be a top 15 guy, and maybe he can climb back up to the top 5 and get that rematch with Colby. But I don't know if just like coming out and, you know, calling for it that way is going to get that opportunity. But hey, fucking fair play to him. Tyron Woodley went off on the complete fraud, Colby Covington, and Anthony Montana said, "You know nothing." Unemployed Mario Yamasaki said, "Trash talk exists in all sports. What's wrong with it?" There's in a lot of sports. Unemployed Mario Yamasaki said, "Boxing." Same way. I mean, maybe I don't keep track with baseball enough, but there's not a lot of baseball trash talk I can keep off the top of my head. But yeah, man, most sports, especially like the competitive ones. Arpit Singh said, "Even John Jones wants to help Woodley." Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. That's pretty funny. Training with John Jones, like, yo, I know I'm not Kobe and I'm a fucking light heavyweight, but I don't care. I just want to be a part of the training camp that whoops Kobe's ass. Anthony Montana said it was leaked he had a broken rib. Oh, Kobe did? The line was even, Alves versus Kobe. Alves versus Kobe now would be minus 700 Kobe. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know, it was 3 years ago, too. Kobe Covington, if he can avoid being submitted, he'd probably be able to beat Woodley. It's just if you get caught in a submission, it don't matter who you are. Unemployed Mario Yamasaki said, plus you can't lie on the fact they did get to RDA. Yeah, the trash talk paid off. I mean, you can't deny that. There's a lot of guys that would like to go fucking, you know, three ranked fights, title fight. But if you're not as popular, if people don't want to see you lose or win as bad, you might not get the opportunity. Stim MC said, trash talk is you suck, I'll smash you. At going after people connected to the fight game is no longer trash talk, it's assholery. Yeah, I see what Stim was saying, like trash talking your opponent. You suck, I'm gonna smash you, you know. But when you start being disrespectful and talking about people that you can't fight in people's countries and shit like that, you know, it's not like Brazil can trash talk back. I mean, the Brazilians can, but when you're saying this place is a dump, you're all filthy animals. You're not really just trash talking your opponent anymore. So you're kind of, some people would say, crossing the line. What's up, fam? Said I'm him. MMA from the Heartland in the building. Let's see what Tyron Woodley's talking about. Tyron Woodley, man, this is everything Tyron Woodley could have asked for. I don't know who said this, but somebody was saying it. Tyron Woodley should probably buy Kobe Covington a fucking gift. Literally. Buy this man something with your TMZ money or your, you know, movie money. I know you were in fucking, what's that movie, Straight Outta Compton for a hot 5 seconds. Yo, Cube, you ready? I think that was his line. But you got to buy Kobe Covington a gift, homie. Motherfucking, I know you might not like him and what he's saying about you, but he's gift wrapping everything Tyron Woodley seems like he's wanted, right? Everyone thought Tyron Woodley wanted to be loved by the fans. He wanted all of this, you know, a big money fight. Well, Kobe Covington's bringing it to you. He's bringing it to you, but maybe not in the form, you know, because Kobe Covington's going to be a tough matchup. It's one, I mean, this is another topic for another. I was going to say, it's one thing when you want a money fight, right? A guy that you feel like you can beat, possibly a Bisping, a Diaz. Maybe some guys even feel like they can beat Conor. But I'm saying, when you look at Kobe Covington, for one, he's probably not as big of a star as those guys, so it's not as much money. But at the same time, he's also probably a worse matchup than a lot of guys. Kobe Covington's wrestling, man. Don't fucking look at his talk and think that he can't walk, because that's one thing he does. Walk it like I talk it. Hey, walk it. And he talks so much, it's probably impossible to walk it at that level, but he still has some serious skills to pay the bills. So you got to be careful in there against Kobe Covington. But as far as everything Tyron Woodley wanted, now, if you go into this fight, I'm sure Kobe Covington's not going to fucking start saying nice things now. So if he continues to get worse and worse and more people hate him, well, now everyone's rooting for Tyron Woodley. Could you imagine Tyron Woodley walking out to cheers? That's just kind of hard to see. I don't even know why. Like, you know, he's one of those guys like DC used to just be prepared for boos. Like DC used to walk out. It didn't matter what he did. DC could have just went yesterday and did some God's plan, fucking gave away $1 million. He's going to walk out to boos against John Jones. It's just what it is. Tyron Woodley's walking out to boos. But now it's going to be weird. Kobe walks out first. There's the boos. Like, what if the crowd booed both sides? Boo! Kobe Covington, boo! And now you're champion Tyra, boo! Like, just boos for both sides. But hopefully for Tyron Woodley, this could be what he wanted, because everyone's going to hate Kobe so much they got to love Tyron Woodley. And then could you imagine Tyron Woodley's the guy that actually shuts Kobe Covington up? You motherfuckers going to have to, you know, respect that. So we'll see what happens. What up, Team Full Time? Said Steakophobic. Not too much, brother. What's going? Scully Talks UFC said, hey, I've started a new channel about UFC. I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. All right, brother. Yeah, no fucking free advertisement like that, bro. Hit me up in an email or something, man. I might hook you up, but, you know, I guess you're good one time, but motherfucking don't spam it. No motherfucking, what's that shit called? Spam advertising. What is the matrix that fighters have been saying stuff like "you suck" forever? Effective trash talk must actually affect your opponent. Yeah, you know how that is. You know, if I just say fucking "you suck" and wear banana hats, like what the fuck? I don't care what you do. I'm about to whoop your ass. Like, you know how that goes. Like, you got to say shit that really piss someone off, especially if you're using it for a mental advantage. Mental warfare, right? If you're trying to use this as part of this, might be strategy. Mental warfare, get you emotional. You're going to be worse than that octagon if you're thinking about how bad you want to beat me. You hate me so much in the octagon, you're thinking in there. You're pissed off. You're going to fuck around and lose the fight and give up a takedown if you're so mad. So it could be mental warfare. If I just say you suck, you might not be thrown off your game. I might have to talk about your fucking dog and your wife and your fucking brother's disability, how much time that got that man is sick, sick, sick. You know what I'm saying? Devil flow, nigga. I'm just saying, you might have to drop some bombs, talk about his dad and fucking and the monkey suits he wears. You might have to pull up an old picture of fucking Tyrant in blackface. You got to do all type of Adidon type shit to piss somebody off and get them out of their game if you don't want them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Anthony Montana said Wonder Boy would be a tough matchup for Kobe. That's interesting. I mean, it would be hard. I don't think Kobe would ever try to strike. Yeah, it would be I think that could potentially be a very boring fight, though. Potentially, it could be a very boring fight. I don't see Kobe trying to strike with fucking Wonder Boy, but Wonder Boy can't really blitz forward and overextend that in fear of a takedown. So this could like literally be like a fucking staring match. Like, I don't know who's coming forward. Is Wonder Boy gonna try and press forward? That's not really his game. But if he's just sitting back, I don't see Kobe saying, "Fuck that, I'm about to strike with fucking Wonder Boy." And that could potentially be like more boring than any fight you've ever saw. But it would be an interesting matchup. Unemployed Mario Yamasaki said Kobe Covington is going to the MMA hour today. That's going to be interesting. That comes on in about 59 minutes, the very last episode of the MMA hour. So let's speed through these topics so we can get the family in here at least for like the last 30 minutes before the MMA hour and stuff comes on. And then, you know, we'll just discuss everything going on. Forward Thinking said, don't see Kobe controlling Woodley in the clinch like he did RDA. And at distance, Woodley would blitz in and KO him. He might not necessarily control Tyron Woodley in the clinch, but I could see him potentially getting a takedown on Tyron Woodley. He might not be able to just hold him there. Like, who was it that was really controlling in the clinch? Mirsad Bekti versus Ricardo Lamas. He was doing a really good job of controlling Ricardo Lamas against the fence. It's going to be hard if someone as powerful as Woodley just to just control him like that. But this is my thing. If Woodley doesn't blitz and knock you out in the first or second round, even if you do a little bit of controlling him against the fence, just pressuring him a little bit, it's going to make Woodley do more and potentially gas out. That's the potential here. Whenever Tyron Woodley has been to 5-round fights now in his career, so I think it's safe to say his cardio isn't his biggest issue. Probably, I mean, it's probably might be because he doesn't have a lot of issues. He's the champion, so maybe that's one of his issues. But still, this is my thing. Whenever we've seen Tyron Woodley go to the 5th round, he's fought a smart fight and a conservative fight. It's not like he's just smothering anybody or he's having anybody smother him. It's not like he's working off of his back and making it to the 5th round. You know, he's usually fighting a smart, safe, what some people would say boring fight. So you're not using a lot of energy. You know, in the 1st and 2nd round, you're not using a lot of energy. Who knows if against Kobe Covington, he's going to have to use more of that energy. And then in the 4th and 5th round, maybe fade more than we've seen him. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying, and I know a lot of people are going to be fucking hoping that's the case just for the sake of Kobe Covington, but I really think Kobe Covington, same with RDA, bro. Same with RDA. Some people thought Kobe had no fucking chance. I told y'all motherfuckers, I tried to tell motherfuckers. And Anthony Montana said Woodley also has no chin. I don't know about that, but I'm just saying, bro, he's also got age on his side talking about Kobe Covington. Maybe Woodley will train cardio, said Trey Young. I mean, I'm sure he's been training cardio. I don't think he just fight. You know, I don't think he got to the champion by not training any cardio. I think it's a body type thing, right? The muscles. What do they say? The lactic acid in your muscles and shit. Like when you're a muscular fighter. Unemployed Mario Yamasaki said Tyron Woodley will also be on the MMA hour, so full-time MMA should have a good material today. Yeah, after today, man, I'm sure there's shit, bro. Actually, there's no UFC for like the next 2 weeks. Just Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. Dana White looking for a fight, stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna need a lot of fucking material because we ain't gonna have no fights. 13th of October, 1992 said Kobe's an asshole, but I have to admit the guy has amazing cardio and just put on a clinic with RDA. I looked at him during the entire fight and he looked shocked or scared. Yo, I ain't like. That's one thing about those relentless wrestlers. You usually don't ever have to question their cardio. That's the good thing about Curtis Blades. I was trying to say yesterday in the heavyweight division. He's not going to get exposed in Ngannou style because he's coming from a wrestling base. And one thing those fucking wrestlers have is motherfucking cardio, grind time. I'm going to drop the link. Let me just go through these other topics real fast. I'll drop the link in like 10, 15 minutes. 1 second. Let me go through these other topics. We're getting sidetracked talking to the chat. Ariel's last MMA hour today. I don't like his movie. ESPN said Weezing. All right, so we got Tyron Woodley going off on Colby Covington. You can imagine Colby Covington's coming to get his ass whooped. I ain't never in my life, I ain't never in my career, I ain't never in my existence as an adult human being wanted to fuck somebody up so bad, beat somebody so bad, embarrass somebody so bad, end his career so bad, take his life so bad, and I don't even say figuratively. Literally, I'm going to try and hurt him so fucking bad, they're never going to want to let me fight in the UFC again. That's a fact. He's pulling, who was that, Wilder? On the Breakfast Club that said, I want to kill somebody in there. I kill people. I kill people. Who? Yeah, that was Deontay Wilder in his Breakfast Club interview. He said, yo, I literally want to catch a body in the ring. He got some heat for that. Like, yo, my goal is to fucking not hit someone so hard it's over. I kind of want that under my belt. Like, what? Like, did you just premeditate murder, low-key? Like, what? But, yo, I hear what Tyron's saying, and it sounds good, but what the fuck? How dumb can everyone be? You're fucking playing into Colby's game. Do not take this into the fight. If you go into the fight hating someone more than you've ever fucking hated them before, if you are this emotional, you are going to get fucked up by Colby Covington. This is not a good look for Tyron Woodley. Damn, bro. Hopefully he can get this under control before the fight. This is not what you fucking want. This is literally playing into Colby Covington's game plan. I want to hurt him so bad. I want to kill him. I want to take his life, not figuratively, literally, figuratively. Ah! Dog, that is not good, man. He continues. Number one, he's a poser. Our sport has been so dead that everybody wants to believe it. They want to believe the hype because we don't have nothing else right now. John Jones is out for a minute. Connor's out for a minute. Ronda Rousey's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. As far as in the UFC, they're lacking. So we're willing to accept the bullshit that comes out of this kid's face. Everything is a complete fraud. He's finessed himself into a position to fight for a world title. Now you're going to get what you asked for. You wanted this smoke. You wanted to come and fight a real welterweight champion. Now you're going to get your ass beat. I'm going to knock you out quick. It's not going to be no first round knockout. I'm going to embarrass you. I'm going to talk to you the whole fucking fight. I'm going to tell the referee to get back and not to get in my way. Don't stop this. I'll tell you when it's time to stop this. Tyron Woodley on his shit. Tyron Woodley getting out of his bag. Get his bag. What are you fucking talking about? Tyron Woodley's in his bag, bro. He said, I'm embarrassed to be a part of American Top Team. I'm embarrassed that he's a huge part of our sport. I'm embarrassed that he's in our division. A mockery to the sport. Ain't never did shit, but all of a sudden we can watch those takedowns. I've got the highest takedown defense in the history of our sport. Not just the division, the history. Since this fucking sport started, this kid has never taken me down in his life. He's never won a millisecond of any round ever on anything while training. He's a warm-up round. He's the person I shadow box with before I get the real work in, and he'll always be that to me. You're never taking me down. You never took me down in the training room. You ran from me every time we trained. Your ass went home early like a coward. Oh, my ankle hurts. We were wrestling and you couldn't even wrestle me. Those are facts. Yo, as much as I feel like Tyron Woodley's playing into Kobe's game plan, he's saying all the right shit. I'm low-key like, oh, shit, son. Kobe, you might have walked into something you ain't ready for. But now I'm starting to buy into what Tyron's saying, and I'm fucking starting to play into Kobe's game. I'm starting to look at all the bullshit on the outside and not the actual fight that presents itself. But, yo, Tyron's got a good point. His takedown defense has looked superb. But this is the thing. You stopped 23 of Damian Maia's takedowns. He ain't quite shooting like Kobe. Damian Maia is not the same level of wrestler as Kobe. Kobe Covington's going to have a different entry to his takedowns. He's going to have a little more tenacity to his takedowns. He's not 39 years old. So I get it. Tyron Woodley's got great takedown defense. And he says Kobe Covington's lying about the training room. Holy shit, we got a fight on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Holy smokes. Tyron Woodley's got to be careful, though. I hope he doesn't get too emotional. I hope he can calm this shit down. Tyron Woodley still, I think this might be the same shit. Yeah, literally going to try and hurt him. They're never going to want to let me in the UFC again. I'm going to knock you out quick. Yeah, he's wants to fucking drag Kobe through the pain, bro. He wants to. Who was it that said that? Like, I want to take you through a decision. I don't want to. I don't know. Somebody read not too long ago, but either way, man, Tyron Woodley coming through. He's in his bag. He's literally, yo, all the shit he just. I don't want to hurt him. I want to kill him. I don't want it finished. I want him to tell the ref, don't stop the fight. We'll stop the fight when I want. Like, oh my God, I don't know if I've ever seen this side of Tyron Woodley. Like, what? I don't know if I've seen this side of Tyron Woodley. I'm kind of scared, guys. Sergio Pettis calls his win over Joseph Benavidez the biggest of his career. 100% facts. You just beat one of the best flyweights in the fucking world to ever grace the octagon. Joseph, check this out, bro. Joseph Benavidez has only lost to 3 people in his entire fucking career. He's got 5 losses, but those are only to 3 people. Before his loss to Sergio Pettis, he had 2 losses to Demetrius Johnson, greatest fighter of all time. 2 losses to Dominic Cruz, former greatest bantamweight of all time, arguably still. So the only people that have ever been able to beat Joseph Benavidez are Demetrius Johnson and Dominic Cruz. Here comes Sergio Pettis looking fucking great, dropping him in the first round. Definitely the biggest win of your career. You beat one of the greatest flyweights in the octagon, one of the best fighters in the flyweight division. So fuck yeah, it's the biggest win of your career. Hell yeah, I agree. Coming off that loss to Cejudo as well, I think that's a big win for Sergio Pettis. I was very impressed by him as well. Can't wait for Sergio Pettis' next fight. He's got a bright future in the flyweight division. Dana White says Rashad Evans told him that he's retiring from MMA. You know what? This is kind of interesting because Rashad Evans didn't retire in the octagon, which, but, you know, if this is true, I kind of dig it, man, because I kind of thought he was going to retire in the octagon, but after you get knocked out in the first round, you kind of like, I don't know if you're embarrassed in that moment or how you're feeling, but even in front of your home crowd, it might not, you know, because he was fighting in front of his home crowd, Rashad Evans, and he was talking about even with the win, he could possibly retire. So he lost in devastating fashion, overhook to the kisser, wizard to the kisser, you guys recall, knocked out. So he didn't retire in the octagon, but it looks like he might still be retiring from MMA. At least that's what Dana White had to say in the post-fight presser. He said, when he lost, I had him come back to my room. He said, we hung out and talked, and yeah, it's sad. Rashad was on season 2 of The Ultimate Fighter, so he was around through the whole building of this company. We all get old, man, and this is a young man's sport, but if you look at what he did, he won The Ultimate Fighter. He became the world champion. He built this team where he was like the guy and built all these young and up-and-coming fighters. He's been big. He's been in big, huge fights. He's been on the ride with us the whole way, and he got to close it out with us in his hometown of Chicago, so not a bad run. Not a bad run, but and you know, I was pointing this out in the video of this fight. Like this, even though Rashad Evans is on the 4 fight, I was like, who do you give him, right? Because in my mind, like you got a Mike Jackson sitting around, right? CM Punk versus Mike Jackson. We need like a Mike Jackson of the light heavyweight division. Like for these veterans that have been around since The Ultimate Fighter 2, if you're on a 4-fight losing streak and you're looking to retire, you know, maybe we should probably try and find someone you can have a good shot against. Rashad Evans came in here against Anthony Smith like a 3-1 underdog. There was a very real potential. He was getting knocked out in this fight. So it's like, damn, matchmaker, what the fuck did Rashad do to you? But at the same time, you got to pump the brakes on that because if you look at Rashad's last 2 fights, he might have been getting some help from the matchmaker, right? He fought what? Sam Alvey, and then he fought – who did he fight? It was Sam Alvey and I always get these guys confused. Smiling Sam Alvey. Daniel Kelly. Daniel Kelly. So he fought Daniel Kelly, fought to a split decision, lost the split. Then he fought Sam Alvey. Both of those are guys where you know, you might not be necessarily a favorite. Hell, he might have been the favorite versus Daniel Kelly. Daniel Kelly was also, you know, 40 years old, but he was a judoku player and stuff like that, was able to win the split decision. But it's like, man, we gave you Daniel Kelly, then you fought Sam Alvey. These guys weren't ranked. I mean, we gave you Anthony. I don't know who is there for Rashad. This is when I'm looking. Can Rashad get a W? I mean, maybe it's time to retire. Like, you know, he ended his career against Daniel Kelly, then Sam Alvey, and now Anthony Smith. It's not like, you know, they're throwing him at fucking, you know, top 15 guys or whatever. So I just don't even know where it is. But it was just kind of unfortunate to see somebody that's been around for as long go out like that, you know. I wasn't even a huge fan of Rashad Evans throughout his career, but I didn't like seeing him go out like that. I'll tell you that much. Dana White went off on the complete fucking idiot Mike Jackson for his performance against CM Punk. This is one of those classic Dana White interviews where you're watching it and you kind of crack a smile like, yo, he's going in right now. What the fuck? Like, Dana White don't fuck around. Yo, he said, Mike Jackson, I'm not happy with. This guy was acting like a goofball tonight. You get this opportunity to fight CM Punk, and you're doing like bolo punches to the body on top. Never looked like he was trying to finish the fight ever. Looked like he could have finished the fight a few times and he never tried. I don't know what that guy did for a living before we gave him this shot, but whatever it was, he needs to go back and do that again. He's 0-2 as far as I'm concerned. Damn, Dana White ripping Mike Jackson. Ripping him after a win. Whew. He was not excited, but I got to admit, that's what I was thinking. Not like that he's 0-2, but I'm thinking, what in the fuck is going on with these bolo punches to the body? This motherfucker's hitting the Wizard Winder and then just tapping CM. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then whenever he wants to, he'll land a good shot to the face. Here, eat this one, CM. Boom! Just steal him one good time and then go back to spinning his arm and slapping the body. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Mike Jackson? Like, no, it seemed like he really wasn't going for the finish in there. Like, that pissed Dana White off. And a reporter brought this up. They were like, do you think he was milking the clock for, like, more TV time? Or what the fuck was going on in there? And going into the fight, Mike Jackson, when he was doing interviews with Area 1, he really didn't seem like he liked CM Punk, right? Like, he was talking shit, and he was calling him Phil. That was already really weird to me. Like, yeah, no, me and fucking Phil, we're going to fight. No, man, fuck Phil. Phil. I'm like, damn, man, I don't even know his real name like that, bro. Like, he's like, no, I'm not calling him CM. I don't respect him as CM. Like, fuck Phil. Like, what? Like, damn, bro. I think, you know, to not like him that much and then come in here and just fucking toy with him, like, I don't know, but maybe that's, you know, if you're trying to milk TV time, that's what really weird situation, and that's probably why he's on the fucking outside looking in at the UFC. Dana White said that's it for his UFC career. I wouldn't put that kid in the Contender Series. And that's saying a lot, bro. You got Greg Hardy, Nick Newell coming through in the Contender Series, and he said Mike Jackson can't even get a shot in the Contender Series. Yo, that's crazy. I got the sense that he's a complete fucking idiot who I couldn't wait for that fight to end and regretted not putting it on Fight Pass. That's how I felt about it. Damn. And then he said he regretted not putting it on Fight Pass. Oh, that's what motherfuckers were trying to say before the fight. Yo, you got two amateurs on the pay-per-view, Dana. You got Alistair on the main card. What the fuck's going on? We all know they're amateurs. And now Dana White's coming out with the hindsight saying, I regret not putting it on Fight Pass. Well, yeah. If you were worried about the skill of the fight, like what? You were worried about the skill of what was going on in the fight. Probably should have been on Fight Pass. But I think he's just more pissed off at those fucking bolo punches, whatever the fuck tomfoolery Mike Jackson was doing. That fight was so weird, but it was a great night of fights, though. All of that shit aside. Next, we got Dana White hinting at a future John Jones versus Brock Lesnar fight. This is interesting. Both of these guys out for USADA suspensions, but still a fight that fans clamored for. I like people. John Jones versus Brock Lesnar is like a dream fight. Like, I really just feel like everybody wants to see it. Everybody. But in my head, like when I'm thinking about the fight, for some reason I count John Jones out like I probably shouldn't as one of the greatest fighters of all time. But Brock Lesnar, on the other hand, is just so fucking big, bro. He's so fucking big. He's a white boy and he's jacked. I don't know how little John Jones is going to handle that big fucking massive carcass. Brock Lesnar, holy smokes. Dan from Morgan in the building. What up, sicko? Alistair on Fox Sports 1 was probably great for ratings. If he had pay-per-view points still in his contract, they avoided that fee. Yeah, that's a good point, too. I think someone said Alistair gets like $900K to fight, like, no matter what. So, I don't know, but that would be interesting. If I'm Alistair and I make more to fight on the pay-per-view, I will be goddamned if you got me on the motherfucking main card over CM Punk. That would be kind of like robbing him, right? You got a guy, if you know you have to pay him more to be on the pay-per-view, you know what, we're going to have you on the main card. You know, like, if he made less money, that would be fucked up. Weezing336 said, could Lesnar keep John Jones on the ground? If so, then Lesnar beats Jones. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Lesnar can score a takedown, like, I'm looking at this fight, like, John Jones might have to knock him out or outpoint him. Like, maybe he could win like Robert Whittaker versus Yoel Romero, right? A bunch of oblique kick to the body to keep him in the distance, kick him right in the diverticulitis. That would be a fucking great way for John Jones to win the fight. You know, he would have to have like a kick-heavy attack to keep the distance. But the problem is, once Brock Lesnar gets his hands on you and gets you down, oh my God, that's a problem. If you're a fucking former light heavyweight and you got this big 300-pound workhorse on top of you, he probably rehydrates to 450. I don't know. Brock Lesnar's jacked, bro. I'm just saying he's fucking huge. He's fucking huge. If you don't get the kick right to the diverticulitis, if you're not able to keep distance, kick his fucking knee out from under him, if he gets on top of you, brother, even if you get up one time, you better hope he don't get you down a second time. It's a 3-round fight, so John Jones is going to have to knock him out or probably get him off of him multiple times. Whew, that would be a hell of a fight, though. Dana White spoke with TMZ and said, I know that Brock's WWE deal is up at the end of the summer, I think. I know he wants to fight, so I'm sure we'll end up getting that figured out. There's a lot of options for Lesnar. John Jones is very interested in Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar is very interested in John Jones. All right? John Jones's manager recently spoke about John Jones's suspension. He said it's complicated. USADA does a very good job. People are banging on them and hating on them. And there's things that I do not agree with USADA. I've told them behind closed doors about the things I don't agree with. But USADA does a very good job. They've done a very good job cleaning up the sport. It's imperative that they get this right. It's imperative that they get this case right because of who John is. And I think they're doing the best they can to get it right. With that being said, I'm confident that we will have a decision soon. I just don't want to put a date on it and say it's going to come down at this time. It's going to come at that time. So we'll see what happens. But John Jones' potential comeback could be a heavyweight. Would you guys be interested in a John Jones versus DC at heavyweight, even though we already saw the fight twice? I got to admit, man, I don't know. It'd be hard. Maybe if DC became champion, as fucking tough as that would be. What if DC managed to pull off the impossible? I really feel like it's close to impossible. It's going to be really hard for DC to beat Stipe. What if DC beat fucking Stipe? Became the champ, the light heavyweight champion, and then fought John Jones. Roar, what a fucking fight. Would you pick John Jones to beat the champ DC at heavyweight? You probably still pick John Jones. Holy smokes. That's what lets you know fucking John Jones is the GOAT right there. Fuck what everybody's saying, as long as he's clean, right? But John Jones, the fact that he beat Daniel Cormier, man, and Daniel Cormier was undefeated at heavyweight, and he's still going back up to fight Stipe, and the fact that you still look at John Jones as the potential favorite, no matter what happens in that fight, that just lets you know how fucking skilled this kid is. I want to see Stipe win against DC, then fight Jones, said Steakophobic. Stipe versus John Jones. Whew. I think John Jones would have a better chance against Lesnar, low-key, than Stipe. I think Stipe's got the skills to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? There's one thing going against a legit heavyweight that's got skills than going against a more one-dimensional heavyweight, you know? So, but John Jones versus fucking Stipe would be for the GOAT, you would think, right? Maybe John Jones doesn't have the success at heavyweight. You might give him an excuse if he loses, like, yeah, but he was fighting at heavyweight. But as far as skills are concerned, that would be big for Stipe to get a win over John Jones on your resume. But yeah, man, Brock Lesnar versus John Jones potentially in the future. Dana White hinting at it. I'm interested. All right, 2 more topics, then I'll put out the link. Dana White says fighters want afternoon weigh-ins back, and nothing they say can convince him otherwise. Weird title. This is interesting though. I did hear Dana White say that in this scrum. Yo, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you're one of those fighters that make a good case for, you know, wanting early weigh-ins, I'm sorry. Dana White, he said, believe me, we've studied it. He said the numbers don't lie. We've talked to fighters. A ton of fighters want to go back to 4 o'clock weigh-ins, and there's a lot of fighters that don't. So there's fighters that do, there's fighters that don't. It seems like the more professional fighters want to keep it because they feel like you're punishing the fighters that make weight for these fucking derns and turds that fucking come in 8 pounds over because they want to sleep in, you know? Like, and that's one of the things Dana White's saying. He's like, you know, come on, how many fighters do you know that are morning people? So they got to wake up at like fucking 6 a.m. and start cutting weight and then fucking make weight and then what? Try and rehydrate. Like, it is a weird process if you're a fighter and you're not a morning guy. I get that. But not being a morning guy, come on, there's fucking alarm clocks, right? Like, I don't know about not being a morning guy, you know, if that's a great excuse. But as far as the numbers are concerned, the numbers don't lie, you know. He said, and that's facts. Since the early weigh-in started, a lot more fighters have been missing weight. But some fighters say, yeah, it's because they're unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? And so they feel like they're being punished for the unprofessional fighters that don't want to set an alarm clock and don't want to wake up and take advantage of these early weigh-ins. Because when you weigh in early, it gives you more time before your fight to rehydrate. If I weigh in at 9 in the morning, I've got all day and tomorrow till the fight to rehydrate. If we don't fucking weigh in until 7 p.m., then I've got to stay dehydrated. I could have been hydrating from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now I've got to be dehydrated this whole time until we get the fucking real weigh-ins because you dipshits want to come in and miss weight on early weigh-ins. Now we're going back to ceremonial weigh-ins and fighters feel like they're being punished. But Dana White's also saying, yo, I hear those fighters, that what they're saying, but there's also fighters on the other side of the coin. And he said the numbers are pointing toward that. So he said, there's no ifs, ands, or buts, brother. We're going back to the weigh-ins. Like, it's, you know, he's pretty set in stone. He said, they're 4 o'clock. Thank you. Like, someone asked him a follow-up question. Like, yeah, but the weigh-ins, there's fighters. He's like, are we still talking about weigh-ins here? Bro, they're 4 o'clock. Like, I told you. Like, Dana White's not fucking around on this subject. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's set in stone that they're changing. There's some fighters that agree, some fighters that don't. I'll admit this. On Twitter and social media, I've seen a lot of fighters like saying, no, don't go back. I haven't seen many fighters that are like, yes, we're fucking going back to ceremonial. I get to sleep in. You know, I haven't seen any fighters like celebrating sleeping in over rehydrating. Like, in that sense, I haven't seen a lot of fighters. But behind closed doors, who knows? You know what I'm saying? What they're saying. And numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Now, Mike Jackson coming through, responding to Dana White's criticism after his win. I low-key want to hear what the fuck he has to say about those weird-ass bolo punches. But he seems to be confused. He came off the biggest win of his career, just got a win over Phil, over CM Punk, and he thought he had a job in the UFC. And now he's fucking waking up, and he's got to go back to motherfucking taking pictures and shit. Dana White said whatever his job was before this, get back to it. But he's responding to Dana White on Twitter. I hit him with punches and elbows, and he stayed standing. I didn't want to run and get caught with dumb shit. Imagine being the guy who loses to CM Punk. I was looking at my corner for instruction. He's responding to people. All respect to you talking about CM Punk. Man, no. I don't want to see none of this shit, bro. I want to see what the fuck is up with those bolo punches to the body Dana White was talking about. What the fuck? That's what I want to see. I'm sure we'll hear about that later today. You know, there's a lot of interviews going on. The MMA Hour, Luke Thomas doing shows. Anyone thinks the Black Power is racist or fucking, oh, that's people talking about the Black Power tattoo. Some people are saying, yo, how can Mike Jackson have a Black Power tattoo? And motherfuckers are saying he's got to get his arm cut off for a Nazi tattoo. And people are saying Black Power is not racist, you know. So, I mean, that's a different argument for a different day. I mean, I'm not going to have that argument right here. Like, Black Power is okay, but Nazis not. Like, I don't know about that. It's interesting. I mean, I kind of see what you're saying, but I think it's an interesting point. So I'd like to hear a debate on that topic from like two people on each side of the coin. I don't know enough fucking Nazi history or how the fucking Black Power Panthers, you know, I don't know all of that shit, so I'll leave that to someone that does. I don't know why I just went to my notifications, but make sure you guys follow me on fucking Twitter if you're new, if you want. So we haven't got, and it don't look like, it says it looks like he went easy on Punk out of mercy more than anything else. He still kicked his ass without really fucking him up too bad. People should be really talking about the extra blows Alistair Overeem took that the ref could have prevented. Yeah, but this isn't, we're not here to go easy. If that was the case, we would be watching sparring, bro. Like, his sparring partners took it easy on him. In a fight, you're supposed to be literally trying to win the fight. It's not like, oh, I feel like I won the first round, so I'll just hold him down right here and fucking spin my hands around. If that's the case, somebody throw on the fucking white flag. What are we watching for? And he retweeted this, and if you retweet someone, it kind of feels like a cosign. So you went easy on Punk out of mercy. Why do you have mercy for your opponent? You know, leading up, this is the fight game. I'm not down with that fucking, if that's his reasoning, which we will hear, I took it easy on him out of mercy. What the fuck happened to, no, fuck Phil. Phil's going down. He's fighting a legit fighter. People think this is Cannon versus Cannon. I'm going to show him who fucking Mike the Truth Jackson is. No, I'm not fucking down with this. You took it easy on Punk out of mercy. You still beat him up. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, what are you even in there for? If you want to take it easy on him, fucking lock up a choke. Maybe you don't know how. I don't know. Put him in a fucking rear naked choke and end his misery. He's not going to die. You don't got to damage. If you're worried about damaging his face, like what fucking mercy are you taking here? You're in a fight. What the fuck is this? You don't get fights to go easy. You don't get in a fight to go easy and take, like, maybe if you're fighting your little brother trying to teach him a lesson. But if it's somebody that you don't like, if this is your job, if you want a $50,000 fucking bonus, if you want a submission of the night, if you want a knockout of the night, if you want your win bonus, you're probably already getting that. But if you want one of these incentives, these bonuses, if you want to show everybody you're the real deal, the truth, quit throwing these motherfucking bolo punches to the body. And now you're retweeting motherfuckers talking about you taking it easy on them and showing mercy. This ain't the fucking mercy game. And then you're throwing this motherfucker right here, bro. This is an interesting ass tweet, but he retweeted it. So, I mean, it is what it is, bro. Really. And someone said he tried to embarrass CM Punk. Well, okay, and that's something you could be doing too. Maybe you're like, man, I'm trying to embarrass him. Well, if you want to embarrass him, a good way to embarrass him would kind of, you know, like, what do you like? Turn into fucking, what's his name? Mike Shevchenko on his ass. You know, put him in, if you want to embarrass him, put him in a, what's it called? A crucifix and go to town. Make him tap out. Make him tap the strikes. That'd be pretty embarrassing. Make his ass tap the strikes. Don't hit him too hard. Just keep hitting him. You know? Mike Jackson versus Ngannou said steakophobic. He was styling and profiling, said Trey Young. He wasn't styling. That wasn't very styleful. You know what I'm saying? It's one. He should have got up and started breakdancing, bro. Like, if you want to embarrass his ass, don't just hold him on the ground. Fuck that. Get up, start hitting the robot in the octagon, motherfucking boom, 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 boom. I'm just saying, you get up and hit his ass with some dance moves. Do the motherfucking wave and slap him at the end. Bow. You know what I'm saying? Stockton slap his ass up in the octagon. Just get in there and really style and profile. Motherfucking stand up. Your name is literally fucking Mike Jackson. Stand up and hit the spin move and grab your nuts. Style and profile the real way. Don't just have him on his back and do a little bolo punch. That shit was fucking pissing me off during the fight, and it clearly pissed Dana White off as well. The motherfucker really style and profile. Like, I would be so much more impressed with the performance if he was literally in there embarrassing them to the point where it was like, okay, if I want to show a little mercy and I don't, whatever the fuck I'm trying to do, stand up, hit the dance move, hit the motherfucking wave on him, do the worm, bro. Scotty too hottie on his ass. Do the worm in there. Style and profile. Hit the Mike Jackson. That's all I'm motherfucking saying. That's how you mock him. They said Mike Jackson wanted to mock him. Well, mock his ass with some dance moves, bro. Your name is literally fucking Mike Jackson. Michael Jackson. You know what that means, right? You can dance. I don't give a fuck, bro. Even if you're not the real Mike Jackson, like the one that's dead, the king of pop, you came up with the name Mike Jackson. You have to know how to hit the spin and the nut grab and the hee. Like, what the fuck, bro? Stand up and hit it. Style and profile. That's all I'm. Moonwalk! Fucking where is the Matrix said, do a fucking moonwalk. Moonwalk on his ass, Mike. That's why I'm pissed. You motherfucking styling and profiling ain't hitting with bolo punches. If you want to be a motherfucking McAsshole, hop up, do the moonwalk, do a twirl, grab your motherfucking nuts, get on your tippy toes, and sing hee hee. That's how you style and profile. Fuck this. I'm him said Mike Jackson versus full time. I want to see that so bad. I would be so fucking down to fight Mike Jackson if the price was right. Because I'm down to take a fucking shot from Francis Ngannou for $20K. So give me $10K to fight Mike Jackson and moonwalk on me, motherfucker. How about when we fight, you motherfucking hit me with some bolo punches? Take it easy on me. I'll take my fucking L for that. But I would rather you get up and do the moonwalk. Even if I'm getting my ass kicked, that'd be more entertaining to me. Like, yo, he's kicking my ass so bad. He's literally moonwalking over there right now. Yo, I'm telling you, bro, I don't know what the fuck. You literally should have been moonwalking, bro. You literally should have been moonwalking, bro. All right, on that note, I'm going to get the link for you guys. We got about 25 minutes before the MMA hour starts. So let me find this link for you guys, man. And anybody that wants to join can fucking join. Now that we done figured out the problem. That's what Mike Jackson should have did. I don't want to hear about no styling and profiling. I don't want to hear about taking it easy or showing mercy or embarrassing a motherfucker unless you're hitting the moonwalk and the fucking spin. What the fuck? How can you not improve in 4 fucking years? And that's another, that's what I was saying the night of the fight. Your motherfucking coaches and your teammates are on the clock. What in the fuck? My niece is crying out there. Let me shut the door before it gets too close back here. But what in the fuck? Y'all been training this man for 4 years to come in here and get bolo punched? Oh, no. Maybe he was on his Mackenzie Dern shit, though. Maybe he would come to practice when he wanted. Maybe he would skip Thursdays. Maybe he skipped fucking wrestling days. We don't necessarily know, but at the same time, what the hell? 4 years, bro. 4 years, and we got to see you in a whole fight this time. And then remember the cardio thing? I almost forgot about that during the fight. I almost forgot CM Punk almost fucking stumbled over, and he didn't even get touched. It's like Casper came and hit him with the overhand right. He like stumbled a couple times and just fell like down at the 5,000 low key. Holy shit, what's going on with this fight, full-time family? All I'm saying is hit a goddamn moonwalk. Hee. That's all you had to fucking do, and I would have been so happy. Here's the link, brother. Here is the link. I know Arpit wants to drop some knowledge. Where you at, Arpit? Come let me know. I need Arpit Singh to get on here right now and let me know why the fuck Mike Jackson didn't hit a goddamn moonwalk against CM Punk. And excuse my language, but now I'm pissed off because hindsight's 20/20, and I'm thinking about your name is Mike Jackson. You have a fighter in the cage that he's at your will, and you haven't hit one fucking moonwalk. You haven't hit one fucking spin. You haven't did the worm. You haven't did the wave. You haven't did the nothing. The fuck? Somebody hop on here and explain what the fuck's going on with this. All right, man. I got my headphones in. If anybody's here, let me check the family group chat, man. We got my boy Forward Thinking in the building. What's up, Forward Thinking? What's going on? Let me know.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Why did he not hit this fucking moonwalk, bro?
I don't even know. The thing is, yeah, if you literally got the lottery ticket of fighting someone who's a bigger like star than most UFC champions, and you're 0-1, so you're basically a scrub, and you got this chance. So why not use it as a chance to build yourself up, finish the fight, or at least if not, become a fan favorite, and put an entertaining fight on, like I don't know, play to the fans after the fight. But instead, he's talked about your God didn't hear you or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck's with this shit? Like, he's gonna want to watch. So he's gonna want to watch you fight after that. That shit was stupid.
I didn't hear you? Like, what are you doing in here? What are you?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What a fucking fail by Mike Jackson. And your name is Mike Jackson. You ain't hitting no more. And like you're saying though, if you would have even like got a rear naked choke, you might have had another fight in the UFC. Like you could have won some fans over. I might have watched your next podcast if you said like let's say he fucking hit a moonwalk. I'm watching your podcast. I don't give a fuck. If you would have did some entertaining shit in that moment because you had the time and the opportunity, And if you would have did everything except for piss the world off in that fight, you might have had some new fans. Like even Dana White's pissed off. You're not getting so that's not even helping your fucking podcast, bro. I'm about to go leave that shit a thumbs down in the bad Yelp review right now. Like just cause. In my Yelp review, I'm gonna say no. Fuck this podcast. He didn't hit a moonwalk in his fight. I'm sorry. I'm just upset. But yeah, so man, that's a whole interesting take. Now he's not gonna be even getting a chance in the contender series. So we're over with Mike Jackson, man. But if somebody ever has a chance to speak with Mike Jackson, just please give him a message from Big Full Time. You got to hit a fucking dance move. If you're embarrassing somebody, like Cody Garbrandt, we didn't even know he had that in him when he fought Dominic Cruz. We didn't even know that was coming. Like, knocked him down. He was hitting the motherfucking the motherfucking worm, all of that shit. Like, are you, like, your name is Mike Jackson? Like, it's not like his name is fucking Cody Jackson. I don't know. You get the point. He's not part of the Jackson 5. You are. You were named after the King of Pop, and you ain't got a motherfucking spin move. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm hanging up on that too much.
No, for real. I mean, that dancing is probably subconsciously why I love that Cody Garbrandt. Because before that fight, I wasn't really. I was Team Cruz. I'm not even gonna lie, but after that fight, after the way he was styling on Cruz like that, I mean, how can you not love Cody after that fight?
Oh, I was too. I was one of those people like, yo, we ain't seen Cody do this yet. Like he's fighting against one of the best of all time. So when you're in there styling and profiling, I'm like, yo, you can't say nothing about this performance. He got the knockdown. He's dancing. He's doing it. Yo, I got the jitterbug just thinking about that fight. Man, that's a hell of a performance by Cody Garbrandt. And Mike Jackson, but until you said that, I forgot he even said that. Where's your God now? Like, what, dog? What? He's on your Romero's side in the main event. No. What's up, man? Steakophobia in the building. What's going on?
Yo, he totally should have done a spin trick.
He should have. That's all he was. He might have still had a job. He would have had more subscribers. He would have still had a job. I mean, I don't know. He completely fucked up that fight on so many levels.
Dana would have forgiven him for a 360.
Oh, yeah. Dana, I'm telling you, Dana would have I think he would have enjoyed it. I mean, I can't speak for Dana, but I think if you stand up, and this is the thing, you know you can do it because CM Punk looks like he's out of energy, right? He looks like he might be out of gas. If you're trying to embarrass CM, hey, bro, you can't even stand up on your own. You're so tired. So meanwhile, I'm over here, moonwalking back towards you, and then I'm jumping right back in your guard, bro. I'm walking to the other side of the octagon, and I'm moonwalking back to you, and then I'm turning around and jumping right back in your guard. You know, you just got to do something like to keep the crowd entertained instead of just spinning.
Like, at least do some WWE moves. Like, you could have thrown in the people's elbow. I don't know, like a flipping leg drop. A swanton bomb, like
elbow. Give him the people's elbow. Stand up, pretend you're taking your fucking arm pad off, throw it to the crowd, motherfucker, take the cage and yeah. Oh, he could have did so much fucking more in that fight and made that such more of a statement. If he would have been dancing, doing a million different things, even if he would have went for the finish, like Mike Jackson could have did a million different things and had a better performance in that fight, and he won. That's crazy. So, yeah, man, so you got to go. You got to go. If I'm Dana White, I'm pretty pissed off. Like, I'm not Dana White, and I want to fire him from YouTube, and I don't even got connects like that. No, I'm just saying, bro, you got to do a dance. But other than that, what anything else you guys see today, like some of the news going on? What do you guys think about Bisping versus Covington? That was pretty epic, in my opinion.
That was
probably the fight of the night, man. That was fight of the night. I mean, I love Whitaker Romero, but that back and forth was legendary for real.
Yeah, for sure. I agree, man. Michael Bisping held it down. Man, he came back. I didn't even expect that when I saw it. I didn't expect it to get that good. Michael Bisping held it down. What do you guys think was better? Do you guys like that one better or the Tony Ferguson Kevin Lee? I think that one was better, honestly. I do. The Tony Ferguson was good, but Bisping had some heat. The thing about the Tony Ferguson Kevin Lee was they were actually potential opponents. We actually got to see the fight. So it was like kind of selling the fight. This one is kind of like, trash talker versus trash talker.
That's true, but the thing with that one was Tony was kind of coming from a weird angle. Like he was talking about how he got body slammed or some shit. I think he's talking about how Pearson body slammed him when.
DDT.
Yeah, I was like, so that one I didn't really flow with as well, just because Tony was kind of talking a bit out of his ass. But with this one, like, it was funny because we needed someone to put Kobe in his face after obviously taking a W or winning a fight. So you know what I mean. And the thing is, because it's Bisping, who everyone loves in it. Like obviously, I'm a British guy, so obviously I love Bisping. But I kind of rocked with this one still.
Yeah, I like that comeback line. The best part was like when he said something about his eye. He was like, "Yeah, but at least I'm not fucking wearing glasses. I'm proud of the way I look." Oh, like damn, good shit, Biz P.
Yeah, he just shut it down.
Yes, sir. I'm surprised my boy Arpin ain't jumped on here yet. I know he's ready to drop some knowledge bombs. So.
Not a lot of people are talking about the Holly and Megan fight. I mean, I know it was like only like number 3 on the card, but man, that was some pressing performance by Holly.
Yeah, man, she exposed Megan's grappling. If there was any way I thought the fight was gonna go, I didn't see that, man. But she did a good job. She probably did her homework and probably felt like she had the. We don't see a lot of wrestling from Holly Holm, and
she was climbing her like a beanstalk.
Hell yeah. And there was one time where she took her down, and who was it? There was recently another taller fighter that was on their back, and I can't think of who it is off the top of my head, actually, but they had a hard time getting up. And Megan Anderson, man, she did look like a legit featherweight in there, but when you're talking about well-rounded mixed martial arts, Holly Holm showed that that's why she's been in these title fights. But what is up? I see my boy R-Pit join the call in the building.
Hey.
I think what's up?
What's up?
Hey.
What's up? Can I say something about Megan? Can I say something about Megan Anderson and Holly Holm?
Yeah, what's up? He was saying that he's surprised more people are not talking about the Megan Anderson and Holly Holm fight. I know Arpit's got some hot.
Listen, I want to say something about this fight.
Okay.
Listen, this is a fight of who has the worst ground game. And I think Megan Anderson the worst ground game in comparison of Holly Holm, first of all. And I think this fight shouldn't be made in first place. I was not happy about this fight.
Okay.
Holly Holm didn't want to fight with Cyborg. She don't want anything to do with Cyborg. I'm telling you, after Holly Holm and Nance fight, if Holly Holm win, I'm telling you she's not gonna fight with Cyborg. Never.
Yeah, man, that was interesting to me as well. At the end of the fight, whenever she was talking about, and she said she was it was like losing her pet, losing that I forgot what she said for a second. Like, did she say it was like losing her like a kid? But it was a pet.
To losing a kid.
No, it was a pet. It was a pet. It was her pet. It was kind of like losing a pet. I forgot for a second and thought it might have been her kid, but someone reminded me it was actually her pet. Yeah, she thought she it's like losing a pet, and it's like she said that she wanted to get that belt back. And I hear you though, because that is a fight I'd like to see I would like to see Holly Holm versus Amanda Nunes. But my thoughts are, I was thinking that the winner of that fight would potentially be fighting Cyborg. So it kind of threw me off. And I think that's what Arpit's saying right there. That she's decided to go back down to bantamweight instead of that rematch with Cyborg.
She don't want any part of Cyborg. Second thing, Megan Anderson shouldn't be signed by UFC. He's not ready for this kind of competition right now.
Even with the Ultimate Fighter happening, you don't think the new featherweight division that's coming over, she'd have a chance against some of those girls? I mean, she's not going to have to fight Holly Holm and Cyborg every fight. She could potentially just be like the 10th ranked featherweight. She might not be the best, but she could still fight in the UFC if they open the division.
She can fight with UFC. If they open it, Cindy will fuck her up in ground, definitely. Jason Cotton will light her up because her stand-up is awesome. The problem with Megan Anderson, she's too raw for this thing right now. UFC is a legend game. You have to be good at everything. You can't.
You don't think she's well-rounded enough to be in the UFC right now after that fight with Holly Holm and getting taken down and stuff? But what if she fights against like another striker though in the featherweight division? What if she fights against a women's striker in the featherweight division? Someone that's not going to ragdoll her essentially.
Listen to me. Did did you saw the takedown by Holly Holm?
What's up?
Look like amateurish. Did you saw the takedown by Holly Holm?
Yeah, no, she wasn't able to stop it. Take down from Holly Holm, and that is a bantamweight too.
This is look like a amateur takedown to me, and she was. I think problem with UFC that UFC the matchmaking system is totally corrupt right now. They are making fights without knowing what they're doing right now.
Yeah, especially with the featherweight division.
Yep. Like, listen, if you making, listen, the thing Megan Anderson gonna have a chance against a legend like Cyborg. Cyborg is a legend. She didn't lose 10 years. She didn't lose in 10 years. How can she stand with Cyborg and can bang with Cyborg? Cyborg will end her in that third round. I'm not against Megan Anderson, but Megan has to be. I think she should go back to Invicta, just like Coach said, and she should be. Just develop herself. Right now, she is right now in, I think, in wrong place right now. I don't think so. If they make Cyborg and Megan Anderson fight, I'm telling you, Cyborg will eat her alive.
Yeah, man, I hear what you're saying. I definitely don't think Megan Anderson is going to be ready for Cyborg anytime soon. But my thoughts are, if the UFC opens a featherweight division, Megan Anderson doesn't have to be a title challenger. Just because she talked about fighting Cyborg in the past, now that we've seen her fight Holly Holm, if the UFC opens this division, let's say there's 1,545-pound girls, there's still something to be said for that top 15. Megan Anderson might have to work her way up to a title shot and round her game out. But she could be fighting the number 10th ranked featherweight or the number 11th ranked featherweight. She could still be a top 5 girl just because she's not the most well-rounded fighter in the world. Hell, Francis Ngannou, I mean, and this we could go to other divisions, but there's divisions like, I mean, just off the top of my head, where you don't have to be the most well-rounded to still have success. Look at speaking of WMMA. Who did Alexa Grasso? Alexa Grasso, she's more known for her boxing. We just saw her fight Tatiana Suarez, and Tatiana Suarez was able to take her down.
That's what I'm talking about. Alexa Grasso is a boxer. You have to be good at everything in MMA.
But Alexa Grasso, that's to be the champion, though. If you want to be a champion, you're going to have to be good at everything. You can't have a bad matchup.
Everything.
But you could be somebody like an Alexa Grasso, and you could still have a name in the sport. You might not be the champion anytime soon, unless you can avoid like a Tatiana Suarez, but you still can have a name in the sport. You're still ranked in the top 15. I don't see Alexa Grasso being the champion, but she still could be a UFC fighter.
Yep, that's something. But you have to be. She was molded by that is for whatever her name is. She was molded by her.
Tatiana Suarez.
Yeah, she's just molding her on the ground. And I think you have to be good at everything.
But that's that wrestling base. There's a lot of people that come over from kickboxing. If you come over from kickboxing, if you come over from boxing, if you're an MVP guy and you come over from karate, if you've got a striking base, you could have a problem with anyone that has a wrestling base. And that's what happened in Tatiana Suarez versus Alexa Grasso.
Yep.
And that's also what do you think if Megan Anderson fights like a striker, though? If she fights a striker in the UFC, she could have a great fight.
No. And striking also needs some development. If they put her against GDR,
her against GDR, that would be a great fight. I would like to see Megan Anderson versus GDR.
I think she'd do good. I think she'd do good versus GDR personally, because GDR's not gonna. It's less likely to take her down than Holly Holm. He's obviously very experienced. He's got the ability to win. He's obviously been training for a long time in MMA, so I think she'd do good versus GDR. Because on the feet, she did catch Holly a couple of times in the first round, which is the reason why Holly then transitioned to actually taking her down more often in the fight.
I agree with that forward thinking.
I'm agree with him. GDR will outstrike her. I'm telling you. GDR will outstrike her.
Now, if that happened, if Megan Anderson fought a striker now and she got outclassed standing, then we got a problem. You know, right now we still need to see her striking versus a UFC caliber opponent. Her grappling, we just saw versus Holly Holm, that she probably needs to work on that. But I would like to see the GDR fight because if she can look good standing, then she deserves to be in the UFC. But if she just gets outstruck by GDR and outgrappled by Holly Holm, then yeah, we definitely got to work on Megan probably in Invicta.
So, question about Megan. What do you think the odds are that she was maybe just about surprised by Holly Holm's approach to this situation and did not expect wrestling?
She didn't. That's a good point too.
3-round fight. It's hard to adjust for that.
Yeah, you expected her to counter strike like everyone you might expect Holly Holm. You've never seen Holly Holm come in here with a wrestling heavy game plan. So maybe Megan Anderson was preparing for a striking match essentially, wasn't even thinking about the takedown, and then it's like, oh, I'm in a different fight than I thought I was gonna be in.
Yeah.
No. I'm going to tell you something. When you watch the fight closely, she was trying the same thing with Cyborg. But Cyborg out-grappled her.
So you're saying Holly Holm got out-grappled? Yeah, you said, are you talking about Holly Holm got out-grappled by Cyborg?
Yep, she tried to hold her and tried to get, but she couldn't. In Megan Anderson fight, Megan Anderson is not good grappler. Everybody know that, and she used her against her. She was and.
Do you think that if she would have went into this camp preparing more takedown defense, which she probably wasn't, right? If you're going into a fight with Holly Holm, your emphasis probably isn't on your takedown defense. So if Holly Holm has a smart camp, they're like, yo, what about this, Holly? Everyone knows about your striking. We're going to go in here and take her to the mat. Megan's not preparing for that probably. And so, but at the same time, I mean, in that sense, if your takedown defense isn't there at all, who knows what still would have happened.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I'm telling you, she was just applying Cyborg plan on Megan Anderson. The last fight between Cyborg and Holly Holm, I was watching this fight closely, and Holly Holm was trying to get her down, but she couldn't. But in Megan Anderson fight, somehow she did it because she know that she is not good grappler.
She's not as well rounded. She's like, okay, I'm gonna take kind of like Damian Maia versus Kobe Covington. Like that's not normally his game plan, but if I know if I'm a better striker than you, I'm doing that. So Holly Holm, I'm not normally a wrestler, but if I'm a better wrestler than you, I'm about to try that shit out. We're gonna mix this shit up.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, there's about 4 minutes left. Is there any last things you guys want to touch on before we get out of here?
I want to get you guys' opinion on
what's up forward thinking.
Yeah, because I was thinking it's even before the main event, obviously on Saturday. Who do you guys think is the best fighter to never win a title? Because I was actually going to go with Romero, and obviously after the performance as well. I mean, he dominated Whittaker in that fifth, and for large parts of the third round as well. I think he should have got 10-8. Other than him, I mean, Gustafsson's obviously up there, maybe Faber, Anthony Johnson, but I think Romero's going to be above all of them.
Yeah, man. Right now, out of the names you just named, I like Yoel out of those. I'd have to think of some other people. Let me look at the chat, see what the full-time family, see if they got any names for us. What are you guys thinking? Who's the best fighter to win a title, to never win a title? And this is interesting with Yoel, right? He won versus Luke, who should have gave him an interim belt, but since he missed weight, he never actually got crowned.
Man, it's fucked up, man.
Sean Moonshine says Romero's definitely right at the top. Yeah, it's going to be hard, especially in this moment, to not say Yoel. Ivan Hernandez said Alistair. Sean Moonshine said Nick Diaz. But yeah, Yoel's up there, especially after that fight of the year contender with the champ. Because the division spawned the Ultimate Fighter rather than the other way around, there's no forethought/game plan, said Stamina MC. I think he's talking about the Megan Anderson situation we were just speaking about. What about CM Punk says? Carlos Condit says 22 game.
Condit won the interim title.
Yeah, he won the interim title.
But, yeah.
See, Yoel won an interim title fight, but he missed weight, so he didn't actually
get the belt. That's the thing. But if you look at who he's beat Weidman, champion. Let's say, he finished Weidman, champion. He finished Rockhold, champion. Finished Machida, champion.
Are we talking about current active fighters? Because if not, I know exactly who it is.
Oh, you want to go and show
Gegard Mousasi. I mean, but he's not in the UFC right now. To me,
see, I would say Romero. You think Mousasi's better than Romero? I think if they fought right now, Romero would beat him.
Ooh, that'd be tough, man.
Mean, I know you like Mousasi, but I mean, Romero's a third round phenom, man. I think he'd finish him in the third round, no lie.
Yeah, man, that'd be tough. I'd have to watch that one. It's hard for me to just give it to Yoel. That'd be a
fight, though.
That would
be
be
a good
that's a
fight.
fight I would love to see, man. But yeah, man, Yoel's definitely up there. I think for sure. Yes, Gegard and Yoel. But we'll just give it to Yoel since Gegard's in Bellator right now.
I want to say something about Kobe and Woodley. Can I say it?
You say you want to talk about Kobe and Woodley for a second? Rumble Johnson, yeah, he mentioned Rumble Johnson as well. CB Dalloway, Carlos Condit, Rumble Johnson, Yoel Romero, Alexander Gustafsson. Those are all some really good names.
Can I say it? Can I say it? Kobe and Woodley.
Kobe and Woodley. All right, we'll end on Kobe and Woodley. The MMA hour starts in like 2 seconds, the very last one of all time. I also got to take a number 2. But final thoughts on Kobe Covington and Tyron Woodley. We'll start with Arpit.
This fight gonna be boring. I'm telling you right now.
You got a good point. It very well could be boring.
Wait, for real? Wait, how is it gonna be
so
boring?
much
Someone
trash
explain
talk
it.
going into this fight. Can you imagine like how this is gonna be like a fight everyone's pumped for? And it could potentially just be a fucking turd.
No, there's no way it could be boring.
Not fight. No trash talking. But Woodley saying I'm gonna kill him. Woodley not gonna do this. Woodley gonna play safe. I know him. He's gonna.
Nah. For me, I mean,
Woodley not gonna wrestle him or gonna strike with him. He know that. He gonna be play like Damon Mania. He gonna be all day long. It's gonna be wrestling match, and this gonna be boring match. But it's gonna be smart match.
I think there is a potential. I want to hear what Forward Thinking has to say. I definitely agree with Arpit. I think there's a potential that this fight can be a snoozer. What do you think, Forward Thinking?
I mean, I do remember Woodley, obviously, before the Wonderboy fight. He was talking it big about how he's going to make sure he knocks him out. He's going to show everyone he's not a boring fighter, and then it ended up being a very boring fight. But with Kobe's pressure, I don't see how this one could be boring. I mean, I could see him getting into a lot of clinch in situations with Woodley, but Woodley isn't generally that boring a fight. He's become obviously a lot more tactical, a lot more cerebral in his last couple of fights. But with Kobe's pressure, I think that's the only way he can win, because if he keeps that distance, eventually Woodley's going to catch him with a blitz, and obviously, more than likely, 1 or 2 blitzes, he's going to get knocked out.
I see what you're saying, but this is my. Do you think Kobe Covington could potentially change his game plan and not pressure Tyron, so to avoid it, or do you think no matter what, that's going to be the right game plan? Because it could be. You got to pressure Woodley. Tired of that.
Kobe gonna pressure Woodley, but I think Woodley gonna be placed much. It is gonna be wrestling match, totally a wrestling match. If Kobe try to box him, I'm telling you, Woodley will knock him out. Kobe know that. But I think this fight is gonna be a wrestling match. What do you think?
A wrestling match, okay. Now we'll let Forward Thinking go, and then after that, Steakophobic, and then I'll give my final thoughts, and we'll get out of here. So, Forward Thinking, what do you think about it?
I mean, I'm a fan of mixed martial arts. Like, I enjoy wrestling exchanges. Like, for instance, when John Jones and Cormier fought, when they had their grappling exchanges, I thought that was amazing. Like, I wish they grappled almost more. But so I mean, if it ends up being a grappling match, I don't think it would be boring in that sense. And even still, obviously, there's every chance that someone can maybe get into obviously an aggressive position, maybe mount, and obviously then bring some ground and pound.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. I see. And so this is where, actually, Steakophobic, do you have anything to say about Tyron Woodley versus Kobe Covington? How do you think the actual fight might go?
I think I don't know. Woodley is a smart dude, so I think he's actually going to go for how we went to the approach for Wonderboy 2 and just make it all technical. So, yeah, it'll probably be a snooze fest. But, but at the same time, he's pretty much perfected the art of acting. He was able to control Wonderboy for 5 rounds and keep him at bay, and that's just that's a feat within itself of just complete amazing. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. No, I was just saying technical. I have a feeling it's going to go a technical route because Woodley's really seasoned at this point. He's not no spring chicken. He knows what's going on. And he knows how to win, and I think that's what he's going to do. He doesn't need that magic or anything like that with Kobe.
But not to cut you off, but wouldn't Kobe? I'm just saying, why would Kobe allow it to be such a slow-paced fight? Because a slow-paced fight would definitely suit Woodley, and obviously with Kobe's trash talking and all this actually helps his fighting style. It coming out with that aggression, keeping that pace on. If he keeps it as a slow fight, I don't see how he's going to last more than 3 rounds with Woodley in there. Because there's a reason why only fighters like Wonderboy and Maya could last that many rounds with Woodley in a slow-paced fight. That's because they have such a specialist advantage and obviously where they're good at. But with Kobe, he's not got that one-hitter quitter power or technical striking at a distance, so he's not going to be able to keep Woodley up for that long if he keeps it at a slow-paced fight, which is why I think it would eventually be. It would be. I'm not saying it's going to be the best fight of all time or anything, but I don't think it's going to be a complete snooze fest.
Yeah, okay. Actually, you're actually kind of convincing me. So, and I didn't think I'm like never was 100% sold it's going to be a snooze fest. I just think it has the potential to be a snooze fest. Like, if for whatever reason Kobe decides to not pressure Woodley, like, you know, because if he does pressure Woodley, man, I think it's actually going to be entertaining. Because for one, I'm not a guy that just, oh, it's wrestling. Fuck, man, I should be watching boxing. You know, I'm entertained by some wrestling exchanges too and grappling exchanges. The ones that I'm not super entertained by is when you're just trying to like hold the guy, you know, down or hold him against the fence. But this is what I'll say: if Colby Covington comes in here with the pressure style to try and wear Tyron Woodley out, that could make for an entertaining fight for one. Because if you pressure Tyron Woodley, you could go to fucking sleep. So that's why I'm saying you gotta. I think Colby's gonna have to be careful. I know he's got a pressure style, but if you bring that to Woodley, you could go to sleep. So I'm thinking, what if Colby Covington fights a smart fight? What if he doesn't pressure Woodley in that sense to avoid the KO? Then what happens?
You know, I think we can all agree. If there's one more boring fight with Woodley, then he goes on as the most boring fight of all time. I'm just saying that now. I mean, I like Woodley, but if he has one more boring 5-round title fight, oh my God. Like, I can't.
So what does he do? What if Kobe decides to like sit back? Like, then what does Tyron do? Like, does he fight the boring fight?
That's what I'm wondering, though. If Kobe.
Can I say this?
Go ahead, Steakophobic.
I was just going to say, I was wondering if Kobe actually has that type of technical skill developed where he can play the patient game and not have to put the pressure on every minute.
Showed he has some fight IQ versus Damian Maia when he was like, yo, I'm about to strike with Maia. Even though I'm not necessarily, known for my striking, Maia, I probably don't want to play his game. So, if he showed he has some fight IQ. And so it'll be interesting to see how this fight plays out. But yeah, I got to admit, also like the build-up's going to be amazing. It's going to kind of be like Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor in a sense. We don't know what to expect from the fight, but we know leading up's going to be fucking awesome.
Yes. But can I say something?
What's up? All right, we'll let Art pick it out here. Then I'll close it down, and then we'll be back tomorrow, you guys.
Okay, with RDA fight Kobe, I think his boxing is much better. Kobe's boxing because he's
Okay. All right.
Kobe's boxing is much better. He was flipping punches, and I was watching that. I think he's working on his boxing right now. And I think this fight is gonna be technical fight, but I think somewhere this fight is gonna be, I think, between wrestling. Who has a better wrestling?
Yo, okay, all right. Well, that's a good point. But just to end this though, our pit. Thanks again for the input and forward thinking and Steakophobic as well. But that's gonna be it for today's show. Actually. Tomorrow, you guys know it's full-time MMA in the morning. We're here every motherfucking weekday. We'll be back tomorrow. Motherfucker, I'm sure our pit forward thinking will probably be back as well. Steakophobic, thanks for hopping on for the first time if you're back tomorrow. But Bobby Knuckles is on the MMA Hour right now, says Stamina MC. So I'm about to go.
Let's go.
You guys probably don't even need to know what I'm about to go do. But I'm taking a number 2 just since you're here. But so I want to be listening to the MMA Hour if you guys want to as well. It's the very last show. Let's go support the boy Ariel Helwani in his last show. It might be emotional. No, I'm just fucking around. But with that being said, man, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you guys think in the comments. And thanks again to the panel and the chat and everybody for coming through. See you guys tomorrow. We out.
Right.